Hi guys, I'm Rony, and today in practice we're going to focus on standing. What does it mean to stand for your principles, to find your center, and to keep yourself connected and grounded in everyday positions of the body? Let's begin. So let's talk a little bit about standing. We know how to stand, right? But are you standing in a way that respects your own body, your own self, your own ideas? Let me explain. You know how when you're not comfortable in a room and you start to go a little bit deeper and you start to slouch and you try to take care of yourself? And you know how sometimes you feel you need to be really strong while you're not really feeling it, and you're trying to really open up and allow your chest to be the one that leads you forward? We all do it all the time. Today we're going to learn what it means to ground ourselves, to connect ourselves into the body. And by doing so, we'll actually improve our posture. So let's start by standing. And let's find both feet on the mat. Let's have our toes looking forward towards the front of the mat. And we'll have a little bit of space between both feet. Relax the hands all the way down, palms facing forward towards the front of the space. Roll the shoulders twice backwards. And if you haven't done so already, I want you to take a moment and close your eyes. Now, I want you to draw your attention and focus to your feet. And notice, how are you standing? Are you collapsing inwards to the outer edges of your feet, or outwards to the external edges of your feet? Are you shooting the weight forward towards the balls of the feet and the toes? Or are you moving all of the weight back towards the heels? Toes are almost off the mat or all the way off the mat. We all have different ideas to carry ourselves. And I want you to think about that expression, carry yourself. Carry yourself with kindness, with care, with self-love. So really think about using the whole sole of the foot to press against the mat. I want you to imagine an upside down triangle. One dot is in the heels. Two of them are positioned in the balls of your feet, one underneath the big toe and one underneath the pinky toe, creating this upside down triangle. Press into those little dots that we drew in our imagination, and feel how you're starting to pull the body inwards and up as you do so. The alignment changes. Now notice there's no stiffness in the body. So ease the knees, the shoulders, the face, the jaw. Let's take a moment here in standing. Take a deep inhale in. Let it go through the mouth. Inhale, swing the arms from the front all the way up. Another expression, another variation of our Tadasana. This time, let's roll the pinky fingers inwards, soften the shoulders all the way down. Pull navel in, tuck tailbone under. Notice there's no collapsing here, but rather everything moves towards center. Soften through the shoulders. Find a soft gaze in front, or close the eyes again. Feel the fingers reaching all the way up towards the ceiling or sky. And press your heels all the way down towards the floor, the mat. try to notice if there's a lot of space between your shoulders and your ears. So we're not tightening and reaching, but rather there's ease in the reach. Rise from within your body. What am I made of with every inhale in? What am I made of with every exhale out? Deep inhale in, gaze up. Spot your palms, bring them together. Lower them to heart center. Let's bring your feet together, toes and heels touch. Inhale, swing the arms all the way up. Bring the palms together to touch. Drop the shoulders all the way down. Two options, either palms together or palms separated from one another, whatever allows you to soften the shoulders down. Navel moves in and up towards your diaphragm. Squeeze your glutes together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Gaze up. Bring the palms together. Lower them down, heart center. Let's take our right leg all the way back behind us. 45-degree angle, more or less. Toes are rotating towards the side. And from here, let's open up towards the right side of our space. So the toes are now going to open further towards the right side of our space. Gaze past those left fingers. Now notice here that we're not collapsing. The butt is not dropping back behind us towards the back of the space or back behind us towards the back of the body. As we're gonna press through the heels, we'll find center. From here, send upper body forward. Flip the left palm to look towards the right side. Hinge at the hips all the way down. Now I want to invite you here to not grab your foot, but rather press the outer edge, the inner edge, of the left leg with the back of the left palm. Why do we want to press instead of grab? Because when you're grabbing, you can collapse here and you just rely on natural flexibility in the body. When I'm pressing the back of the palm into the inner part of my leg, I need to work with my core and with lengthening the muscles. So press through, and if you're naturally flexible, you can also grab your big toe with two peace fingers. I want to be super clear here. This and this is the same pose and it works on the body in the same way. So don't try to move towards a variation that looks really cool or really hard, but rather work with something that's beneficial for you. Treat your own body with care and compassion. We're talking about standing up for ourselves with our bodies, so do exactly that. Press the back of the palm or grab the big toe. Think about your right fingers reaching all the way up as if someone's grabbing you by your fingers, reaching you up. Chest is open, belly is moving all the way in. Press through the feet. Open the chest, soften through the shoulders. Trikonasana, triangle. Notice that you're pressing into both feet evenly and you're not pushing all the weight into the left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take 3 more. Inhale. Try to gaze up if that's available. Inhale. Inhale. And exhale, lift yourself all the way up from your Trikonasana. Let's rotate to the other side. Let's find our Trikonasana in our right leg. So right toes are facing towards the back of the room and your left toes are looking towards now the left side of your room. Flip your right palm to look towards the left side. Send your upper body forward and let's start to drop down. Keep pressing through the heels. Keep thinking about navel moving in, so we're not collapsing back, but rather we're pressing through the feet, finding this triangle. It's called pada bandha, our foot lock. We're locking, pressing, and that will allow us to rise and lift. Whatever variation is right for you, press through both of your feet. Think about your left fingers reaching up towards the ceiling. Soften those shoulders down. If it's too much to gaze up towards the ceiling, you can look towards the side or even look down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the chest open. Notice we're not collapsing. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe we're here, right? Same pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lift yourself all the way up. Rotate the toes towards the left side. Rotate the left toes towards the front. Swing the arms all the way up. Bring a slight bend to the knee and come all the way to standing. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, relax down. All right. Let's separate our feet from one another. Let's bend our knees and place 2 fists between our feet. That's our anatomical hips width. All knuckles looking forward, so fists are not looking towards one another, but rather all knuckles looking forward. Bend your knees as much as possible to actually place your fists on the mat and measure anatomical hips width. Good. Now let's start to travel. Let's find halfway in 2 different ways. So I'm going to start to travel with my fingers on my shins, maybe up to my thighs, to find my halfway lift. Crown of the head reaching forward, chin is moving away from the chest, navel moves in. Press through the heels and the toes at the same time. Inhale. Exhale, drop down. Let's find another way to find our halfway. Travel with your fingers forward if possible on the mat. Send the heart forward, press through both heels and toes. So we have 2 variations. Soften through the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, drop down. On the next inhale, bend the knees, hips down, arms up. Variation of our chair pose, Utkatasana. In our chair pose, I'm moving all the weight back to my heels and I'm reaching all the way hard forward at the same time. We want to feel the quads working here. Notice we're not squeezing the booty out, but rather we're tucking the tailbone down and under. Think about rib cage moves inwards. I want you to look down and try to lift your toes off the mat. Now try to send your big toe towards one another, big toes towards one another, and send your pinky toes further away from one another. So you start to find more space between your toes. And now really press into toes and heels at the same time. Sit low. Reach up high. And come all the way up. Inhale, gaze up, bring palms together. Exhale, relax, heart center. Let's find another variation of chair. Let's have our feet together, toes and heels touch. Inhale, swing the arms up, palms together, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, arms on both different sides and relax all the way down to your forward fold, Uttanasana. If you can't find your fingers on the mat, that's totally fine. You can bring a slight bend to the knees. Maybe then you can reach the mat. If it's too much, you can place your hands on your shins. Inhale halfway in whatever way that's right for you. Exhale, soften and let go. Bend your knees and let's very gently swing the arms all the way up on the sides of the feet. Reach the arms all the way up. Squeeze your inner thighs in, send the weight all the way back, open the heart towards the front, palms together to touch, soften through the shoulders. If possible, gaze up. try to find your thumbs. Sit low, reach up high, inhale. Exhale, press through your feet to lift up, squeeze your glutes. Come all the way to standing, hands at heart center. Swing the arms all the way up. This time, let's interlace the fingers. Release index finger. If possible, press the roots of the palms together. If it's too much, you can keep them fairly separated from one another. Soften your shoulders all the way down. Squeeze your inner thighs and your glutes in. Inhale. Exhale, send the fingers to the right, hips to the left, opening up the left side of our rib cage. Chin moves away from the chest. Keep squeezing inner thighs so the side of the body starts to open up. Keep squeezing inner thighs, keep squeezing your feet. Notice you're pressing to both feet. For 3, for 2, for 1. Come all the way to center, soften through the shoulders, don't hold the tension there. Inhale. Exhale, fingers to the left, hips to the right. Open up the right side of your rib cage. Squeeze inner thighs. Chin moves away from the chest. For 3, for 2, for 1. Come all the way back to standing. Inhale, gaze up, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Take a deep inhale in. Let it go through the mouth. Let's relax our hands for a moment. And let's try to bring in a little bit more balancing work here. So after we've noticed what it means to feel ourselves grounded and connected, let's see how well we can maintain that idea of groundness with one foot in the air. So I'm gonna turn towards you guys. You can keep yourself looking towards the front of the mat, whatever is comfortable for you. Move all of the weight into the left foot. We're gonna lift the right foot off the mat. Now we have some options here. I can keep my toes on the mat. I can press the foot into the inner part of the left leg next to the calf, or all the way into the left inner thigh. There's only one place where I would ask you to not position your foot, and that's against the knee. That's too much work for the knee. So either all the way down, a little bit further up, or all the way up. Just skip the knee. Have your palms together and take a moment to find it. Now allow the wobblings. The wobblings is great. This is tree pose, Vrikshasana. Trees move all the time. If a tree won't move, it means that basically that it's dead. So allow yourself to find that energy of movement from within, and notice what it means to press through that foot, to find that connection, that grounding sensation in the body with only one foot than two of them. Because sometimes life is fairly, quiet. We have 2 feet on the mat, and very often it feels more like one foot on the mat, right? So let's notice, let's practice how it feels on the mat, so we can then find the same kind of breathing, the same kind of calmness off the mat. Let's have our palms together to touch. Maybe let's send the arms all the way up. Now, if you're looking at this and you're dropping all the time and you're getting frustrated by now, go next to a wall. Hold the wall with one hand and start to teach yourself muscle memory. This is your practice. You know what you need. Offer yourself the help that you need to learn something new in a way that allows you to stay motivated to learn it instead of feeling that something is wrong. Bring the palms together. Send the arms all the way up. Move the palms further away from one another. Soften through the shoulders. Maybe send your gaze, your drishti, all the way up. And if that sending the gaze was the thing that threw you off your tree pose, makes a lot of sense. Come right back into it. Try it again. Teach yourself muscle memory in your body. Inhale. Exhale. Keep squeezing your glutes, keep squeezing into the heel and balls of the foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring the palms together. Exhale, lower them, heart center. Drop the right foot to the mat. Take a moment, let go. And let's try the other side. Both different sides usually operate not very much the same. Let's try with the right side. So I'm gonna press my right foot to the mat, and let's start to find the right variation for us. Toes on the mat, next to the mat, or all the way up. Reminding you again to avoid your knee. Bring the palms together. Try to notice that the knee is looking towards the side rather than towards the front. And you think about squeezing your glutes together so we're not collapsing here. A lot of us are fairly flexible, and this will feel like a lot. But as you can see, I'm not in the alignment. I'm not pulling everything in. There's nothing grounding about this, right? I want to pull everything in. I want to find my own center. I want to find that rise from within. So I'm pushing everything in, squeezing the glutes, opening up, moving the rib cage in, palms together. Maybe send the arms all the way up. Maybe move the palms away from one another, soften through the shoulders, and maybe let's play with gaze. Very gently send it up. So if you're gonna send it up real fast, it's really hard to keep yourself at center. So take your time, find a point in the wall in front of you, or whatever you have in front of you, and start to gently move your gaze up. Find patience to learn something new. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Lower your hands to heart center and relax the foot all the way down. Relax the hands all the way down. Maybe take a few rolls with the shoulders backwards, forward. Maybe move the hips a little bit from one another. I want us to take one more chair all together to feel the work, to feel the grounding sensation. So you can choose feet apart or feet together, whatever felt more connected to you. Inhale, swing the arms up. Exhale, arms from both different sides. Let's drop all the way down. So feet together or apart, whatever is right for you. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen. Exhale, soften down, forward fold. Inhale, hips down, arms up, chair pose. Chair pose feels like a lot. I want you to feel like a lot and stay centered, connected, stay grounded at the same time. Maybe bring a smile to your face, sit low, reach up high. Start to bring your stomach onto your thighs, your chest onto your knees. That feels like a lot, and that's exactly where we're going. I want you to feel the press through your feet as you're sending your hips back, as you're sending your fingers forward. Reach, and then press through your feet. Lift yourself all the way up. Gently send your hips forward. Follow your fingers with your gaze. Maybe find a gentle back bend. Reach up, reach back. Exhale, hinge of the hips, pull the navel in. Drop it all the way down into your forward fold. Head is heavy. Interlace the fingers at the nape of the neck. Allow yourself to sway gently from side to side. Inhale. Exhale, relax all the way down. Bring a slight bend to the knees. And gently roll yourself all the way up. Head and chin moves less. Inhale, swing the arms up. Exhale, relax them to heart center. Keep your eyes closed. Notice what it means to rise in the body instead of just standing. Notice what it means to stand up for yourself, to stay grounded, to stay connected, to care for yourself. When you're grounded, you have more strength, you have more possibilities, you have more of yourself to offer, first and most importantly to yourself, and then to everyone around you. Keep yourself grounded. Find your standing. Take a deep inhale in, and let that go through the mouth. Namaste.